देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ओमागक्षे वरदे देवी अक्षरे ब्रह्मावादि गायत्री जगन्माता विश्वयोनि नमस्ते। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिवबन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। ॐ पृथ्वी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृता त्वं चकारि मां देवी पवित्रं कुरु चासनम्। ॐ श्री पृथ्वी माता यो नमः नमामि। ओम आप पवित्र पवित्र ओम हस्तक्षालनं समर्पयामि गोविन्दाय नमः। ओम अमृतोपस्त्रमसि स्वाहा ओम अमृताभिधानमसि स्वाहा ओम सत्यं यशः श्रीर्मयि श्रीश्वयतां स्वाहा। ओम हस्तक्षालनं समर्पयामि गोविन्दाय नमः। पुष्पे सतो ब्रह्मा पुष्पद्ये जनार्दनं पुष्सागरे सङ्गं देवं पुष्पधरं करोमयम्। ॐ येनावभूपरिराजम् त्वं प्रतिबध्नामि रक्षामि वाचलमाचलम्। Invite all to participate in the unspoken human rights. Let's cross the lips. Om Vangamase Astu Nos Om Nasur Me Pranu Astu Eyes. Om Aksharo Me Chakshur Astu Ears. Om Karnyo Me Shotram Astu Arms. Om Mahur Me Balam Astu Thighs. Om Urvo Me Oju Astu all over. Om Arishtani Me Angani. Namastanvani Saha Santyo. Join in the Swasti Vachanam, the benediction mantras. Om Hari Om Swastena Indro Vridhasrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Stakshorishthanemi Swastino Brihaspatirdadhatu. Om Paya Prithivyan Paya Ushadishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payodha Payaswati Parisha Santomyaham. Om Vishnu Daratmasi Vishnu Shatrishnu Vishnu Surasi Vishnu Dosi Vishnamasi Vishnu Vetava. Om Agni Devata Vato Devata Suyo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasu Devata Rudra Devata Aditya Devata Marutu Devata Vishwadeva Devata Brihaspati Devata Indu Devata Varno Devata. Om शांति अंतरिक्षगुम शांति पृथ्वी शांतिरापा शांति औषधय शांतिर्वनस्पत्य शांति विश्वदेवा शांतिर्ब्रह्मा शांति सर्वं शांति शांतिरेवा शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ओम विश्वानि देवा सवितर्वृतानि परास्वं यद्भद्रं तनःस्वं ओम शुक्रं वरणं देवा शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ति ओम शांति 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 भवन्तु। प्रेम से सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शरणं प्रभु। Now with flowers in the hand, flowers symbolizing coming from the heart, we meditate on and offer puja to Bhagavan in the form of Ganesha. Ganesha is called Vigneshwar, remover of obstacles, sitting with success, storehouse of wisdom. We join in humble salutations to Bhagavan in the form of Ganesha. Om Gajananam Bhutaganath Sevitam Kapitagam Vacharam Vasatam Shokavinashakaram Nami Vigneshwara Pankajam Bhumiram Manesha Putra समस्त विघ्न विनाश दक्ष मंगल पूजा प्रथमं प्रधानम प्रधान पूजन भगवान नमस्ते ओम सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमस्ते श्री गणेशाय नमः नमामि श्री गौरी माता नमामि रम्यं शिशोभनं दिव्यं।
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय गणपति विघ्न विनाशनाय जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय। Gणपति जय गणेश गणपति जय जय गणपति विनाशनहारे गणपति विनाशनहारे गणपति विनाशनहारे गणपति विनाशनहारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
Last time slowly glorify the Lord as Ganesha. Om Jai Ganapati Sadam Sadam Ravivar Vadana Kripa Vignaharam Mangalakaram Jai Jai Girjaram Om Raksha Ganesh Gauri Devi Swastana Parameshwari Puja Karishami Om Sada Sammukha Princess Gauri Ganesha Bhagwan Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Once again with flowers in hand, we meditate on and offer puja to Mahalakshmi. Lakshmi, the dispenser of prosperity, of wealth, of health, of beauty, of fortune. Most importantly, in the philosophy light, of course, is the symbol of wisdom, was force of darkness, which is ignorance. We ask, O Devi, the light Maya, the light replaces the darkness, so in the darkness of our ignorance we replace by a light of spiritual wisdom. To this Mahalakshmi we are our salvation. Ramyam Sashobham Divyam Sarvasaukyam Asaram Chamayadaptam Dharana Parameshwari Gavajalaksari.
तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो
The class 5 zone we glorify the Lord before Mahalakshmi. Om Mahalakshmi Parikripa Mahalakshmi Namastubhyam Sureshwari Harikwe Namastubhyam Dayani Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmi Prema Samstita Namaste Namaste Princess Mahalakshmi Mata Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. We meditate on our four salutations of Bhagavan as Navgraha of course, the attributes of Bhagavan, symbolized by the planets in our solar system. We as Hindus recognize our lives are influenced by the energy, which can be both positive or negative. But the position of the planets for this reason based upon the time and place of birth as well as our own actions. Today we often praise the Lord. And the constellation of the planets not be propitious for us. Depending upon our time and place of birth as well as our own actions, there may be negative effects be neutralized and the positive effects flow strongly. Now, for those of our members who are already suffering in some way or the other, we ask Bhagavan to bless these individuals to make them well, to make them whole, and they may once more be able to contribute to their homes as well as to their families. And today, especially, we pray for Srimati Anjali Ramfo, Srimati Lakshman Devi. How is Lakshman doing?
My sister Khalid.
James Pritipal, Sahade James, Balchan Gulchan, Mary Manmohan, Len Lakshmana, Eileen Gulchan, Rauti Parshram, Suresh Saw. I'm going to update on him. Peter knows him.
He's doing better, brother.
He's doing better? Good. How about Roy?
Right.
Lalita's brother.
He's still in the
Ray Saw.
Yeah, he's still in the hospital. Not getting better yet.
Not getting better yet. Harmati and Rafiq Chowdhury are there in England. Charanjeev Babu, And I have a new one for today, Sri Narayan. Hari, Mahipal's brother, who's going for a surgery tomorrow. So I hope all these people recover and do well enough to be contributing members to their homes, to their families once again. And if you know someone else who may be suffering some way or the other, and I didn't call their names, think of them. We pray for universal welfare for all of humanity. Also, we pray for peace in the heavenly regions, peace in the atmosphere, peace upon the earth, as it affects our own lives directly. Om Namah Tripurantakaari Manoshashibhumi Sutomudastha Dushya Sukra Shani Rahuketu Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu Prem Sudhina Graha Devata Vijay Sharanam Prabhu. And we offer our praises and salutations as well as puja to the attributes of Bhagavan in the form of Mahavishnu. Vishnu, the all-pervasive divinity, who becomes manifest from time to time, age to age, for the benefit of humankind, by whose grace and blessings the dumb speaks, the lame walks, the blind sees. We are asking, O Bhagavan, in the same way become manifest in the world for the benefit of mankind. May you become manifest within my heart, be the guide of my intellect, guiding me on the path of truth, of dharma, of righteousness, of religion, the path of peace and welfare here and the hereafter as well. So this Mahavishnu, we join in humble salutations. Om Sashankachakram Sapirika Kundaram Safika Vastram Sarasirveksham Sarabhakshasnantostubhasvayam Namami Vishnu Shirasachaturbhujam Om Karoti Vacham Anumandayate Virim Yat Kripatamam Vande Paramanandamaham Om Nilam Vajashavanam Sita Samarupitvanam Pano Mahasanika Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham Om Ramaya Ramaya Ramachandraya Venasi Raghunataya Nathaya Sitaya Pate Namah Om Nilavanam Vikarastram Srivatsaparibhushanam Govindam Gokulanandam Brahmaya Pitojitam Brahmaya Pitojitam Sri Mahavishnu Bhagavanabhyo Namaha Namami Om Ramyam Sashobharam Divyam Sarvasamyakaram Shubham Asanam Chamayaratam Dharam Parishuriyasam
Gopala Radhe Radhe Krishna Murali शंकर जय गिरधारी मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला कृष्ण कन्हैया बाबा दर्शन दिखा जा तेरे दर्शन बिना पाप हटा जा कृष्ण कन्हैया बाबा दर्शन दिखा जा तेरे दर्शन बिना पाप हटा जा मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला गोपाला गोपाला राधे कृष्णा मुरली वाला नंद लाला नंद नंदन यशोदा दुलारा श्याम सुंदर निर्धन लाला नंद नंदन यशोदा दुलारा श्याम सुंदर निर्धन लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला गोपाला गोपाला राधे कृष्णा मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला मुरली वाला नंद लाला
Praise the Mahavishnu Bhagavan ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. We invite all to participate now in the glorification of Bhagavan. And today which one you want to do? Rama or Krishna? Alright, with the attributes of Bhagavan Sri Krishna today, we will offer salutations to Kirtan. Please join.
हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि तुम करता तुम ही कारण तुम करता तुम ही कारण परम कृपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे सदपति पाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे परम कृपाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि श्याम के रंग गई मेरा रस कान को रस के कान हुए जग से आके बंद करी तू सूरदास ने कर सकिए माता यशोदा ब्रजनारी के माता यशोदा ब्रजनारी के माखन चोर हरे हे दीन दयाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद लाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद लाल हरि जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि जय नंद लाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि
Praise the Mahavishnu Bhagavan ki jai Sharanam Prabhu. As like manner now we offer salutations, puja to the attributes of Bhagavan in the form of Shri Shankar. Shri Shiva symbolizing the reabsorbing aspect of divinity. Atman becomes merged in the Paramatman and self-realization is achieved when moksha is achieved. He is called Vardhata, the giver of boons. By repeating it, Panchakshara mantra Om Namah Shivaya with love, with devotion and puja of Bhagavan Shiva. Our dharmic tendencies, bother my anger, greed, jealousy, covetousness, hatred, pride, envy, become burnt in the fires of devotion. In this manner, we attain purity of thoughts, of words, of deeds, of mind, of intellect, of actions, which are prerequisites for self-realization by offering puja to Bhagavan Shiva with love, with devotion. I invite you now to sit upright to cast away the worldly cares. We all have them. Let's put these at the back of the minds for a little while we meditate on the most pleasing aspect of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is beyond names, beyond forms. The names and the forms that you see here and that we use are tools to help us to keep the mind under control. Let's put those tools into effect and meditate and ask Bhagavan to make his home in our hearts, to reside there, to be the guide of the intellect, guiding us on the path that leads to the highest welfare. For this show, We join in humble supplications. Gajendrasya pritim yasanam varenam jata juta madhye suradam navarim Mahadevanikam Smarami Smarami Om Mahesham Suresham Saratinasham Vidham Vishwanatham Vibhutyam Nabhusham Virupaksham Dvarakavanitrinetam Sadanandamire Panchavatram Om Girisham Ganesham Galeniravam Gajendra Virudam Gunatikarupam Bhavaswaram Bhasman Mushikandam Navami Karatram Bhaje Panchavatram Om Shivakanta Shambho Shashankara Namore Mahesham Shurim Jatazudadhari Omiko Jagat Vyapako Vishwarupa Prasidam Prasidam Prabhu Purnarupam Om Namaste Namaste Vivo Vishwamurte Namaste Namaste Chiranandamurte Namaste Namaste Takayogadamyam Namaste Namaste Shubhidanagamyam Om Prabhu Shurapane Vivo Vishwanath Mahadeva Shambho Mahesha Trinidro Shivakanta Shanta Smare Murare Varanyo Varanyo Namanyo Nagamya Varanyo Varanyo Namanyo Nagamya Om Sri Shiv Shankara Bhagavana Namami Om Ramyam Sushebhanam Divyam Sarvasaukhyakaram Shubham Asanam Cha Maya Rattam Grahana Shiva Shankaram Om Namo Astu Nilagramaya Sahasrakshaya Vidushim Atho Yasya Satvarvan Debhyo Akaram Namah Om Triyambakam Yajamahe Sudhame Pushtivaram Urvarukmi Varanayam Om Varanasyotam Varanasi Varanasyastam Sajanistam Varanasya Retsaraniyasi Varanasya Retsaranasi Varanasya Retsaranasi Varyam Varjanachmanya Snanam Sri Shiv Shankara Bhagavan Bhajanam Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Gokshiradhamangesha Gokshire Maya Kritam Snapanam Deva Deveshvara Shiva Shankaram Shiva Slanam Sri Shiv Shankara Bhagavan Pujaram Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Sri Shiv Shankara Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namo Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namo Namah. Om Shivaya Sarva Shivaya. Manivala Stashvina. Shakta Sheta Churamaste Rupa Pashupati Karmanyana. Avidukta Granamo Rupa Parajanya. Shivjana Smanam. Sri Shiv Shankar Bhagavan Pujanam. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namo Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namo Namah. Iti Abhishekam Samaptam Samarpyami. Prem Samasi Shiv Shankar Bhagwan Ki Jai. Sharanam Prabhu. Om Shikva Kushan Santranam Najarakshanam Param. Devam Kadam Vastram. Siddhartam Pratigrihitam Isuvastinanam.
जय बोला भंडारेश्वर जय बोला भंडारी जय बोला भंडारेश्वर जय बोला भंडारी समझ करके निचकानी जय बोला
Bye.
Highlights of my morning anyway, I don't know about you, and that is the chanting of the Maha Mantra. And we all join. Amar will lead it.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
पूजाते विषयोपभोगरचना निद्रा समाधिष्ठिते संसारापदयोपदक्षिणविधि स्तोत्राणि सर्वाभ्यो यद्यत्र करं करोमि करतगिरं शम्भो भवाराधनम् ॐ करचरन्ति कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणजं वा मानसमाप्राणम् विदितमभितं वा सर्वमितक्षमस्व जय जय श्री महादेव शम्भो जय जय श्री महादेव शम्भो प्रेम से शिव शंकर भगवान की जय शरणं प्रभु. At this time we'll take the prasadam from those who are brought. Simultaneously with that will be a Shiva Abhishekam, the Kirtan and Bhajan singing. I encourage you to participate in all of these activities and try to maintain your sense of dignity and quietude as we stay in the room, the prayer room. If you need to talk, step outside and talk and come back. Thank you. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Vishnu Vishnu Sri Brahma Shri Sai Bhagavati Daiva Shkamati Nirmani. I will go to the room.
कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। तुम शाम रूप में आना, तुम शाम रूप में आना, रथ साथ लेके मुझे हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। सभी राम बन के सभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। तुम्हें विषय के रूप में आना, तुम विषय के रूप में आना, लक्ष्मी साथ लेके चक्र हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। कभी राम बने के कभी श्याम बने के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। तुम्हें विषय के रूप में आना, तुम्हें विषय के रूप में आना, कभी साथ लेके हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। तुम्हें शिव के रूप में आना, तुम्हें शिव के रूप में आना, गौरी हाथ लेके डमरू हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। कभी राम बने के कभी श्याम बने के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। तुम्हें गणपति रूप में आना, तुम्हें गणपति रूप में आना, रिद्धि हाथ लेके रिद्धि हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। कभी राम बने के कभी श्याम बने के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना, ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी ओ चौद भवन के स्वामी सकल लोक के स्वामी सतरंगी किरणों की ज्योति में सूर्य दरिया में मेरी नमामि 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 प्रणाम करो रे स्वामी चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे सारे ओ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे ओ चौद भवन के स्वामी सकल लोक के स्वामी सतरंगी किरणों की ज्योति में सूर्य दरिया में प्रणाम करो रे स्वामी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी सूर्य देवता साक्षात है सभी प्रकाश से चंद्र बृहस्पति बुध शुक्र शनि सभी प्रवेद से सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः भास्कराय नमः सूर्याय नमः होती सब में सूर्य की पूजा जग में ज्ञानी ज्ञानी प्रणाम करो रे सानी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी ओ हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी ओ चौद भवन के स्वामी नमामि 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 सतरंगी किरणों की ज्योति में सूर्य दरिया में सूर्य की महिमा बड़ी रानी किसकी कृपा होती है उसको जाने में भव सब मिलता दुनिया उसके चमकती है सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः सूर्य रश्मि का ज्ञान रहे प्रणाम करो रे प्राणी प्रणाम करो रे प्राणी हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी ओ हाथ चढ़ाओ प्राणी नमन करो रे प्राणी ओ चौद के सारी सकल लाल के पानी सतरंगी किरणों की नाची में सूर्य अंतर लागी नमामि 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 प्रणाम करो स्वामी हाथ चढ़ाओ स्वामी नमः भगवती स्वामी हाथ चढ़ाओ स्वामी नमः भगवती स्वामी हाथ चढ़ाओ सूर्याय नमः सूर्याय नमः सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः सूर्याय नमः सूर्याय नमः सूर्याय
भजुमन शिव ओंकार सुमिरो मन नारायण
भजुमन शिव ओंकार सुमिरो मन नारायण
भजुमन हरिहर सुमिरो मन नारायण
भजुमन हरिहर सुमिरो मन नारायण
भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम
भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम
भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम
भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम
भजुमन हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायण
भजुमन हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायण
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
भजुमन हरिहर सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरिहर सुमिरो मन नारायण सुमिरो मन नारायण सुमिरो मन नारायण
We have to.
चावल नहीं तेल लगता है
So we have that too. Somewhere.
अच्छा ये लोड़ी था कल जो आपके होना है
Yeah. Now first.
Happy
ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वः स्वाहा ओम श्री पृथ्वी माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री वरुण देवाय स्वाहा ओम महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री गौरी माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री ब्रह्मणाय स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा ओम श्री हनुमतेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री नवदुर्गा माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वदेवेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम सर्वदेवीभ्यो स्वाहा ओम विश्वानि देवा सुरतर्दुर्गाणि यद्वदनं तनस्य स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य
भगवान तेरा इंद्रस्थान
रामचंद्र भगवान की जय शरणम प्रभु. Let's join in Varta. Now today, as most of you already know, it's Makar Sankranti, and we need to recognize what Makar Sankranti is symbolic of. Many times I've already told you this, and I'll repeat it again because it's the same thing occurring from time to time. The Hindus come from an agrarian culture, first of all. Agriculture was their means of sustenance, their means of livelihood, and was the central part of their lives in all things that they perform. So, a time like Makar Sankranti, when you begin to see the lengthening of the days, at the beginning of what is called Uttarayan. Uttarayan is supposed to be the most important part spiritually for human beings, and the rishis of yore have recognized this. This is why most of the festivals that we celebrate occur between this January here, January 14th, and the end of the summer. Now, this time, of course, symbolizes the long days and the heat that is generated because of the long days. It's very good for growing crops and reaping of crops as well. And it's a drier part of the year as we move forward into the rainy period that starts in the July time. So you can see the reason why these celebrations take place. And Makar Sankranti is the only holiday or is observance, festival if you wish, that has the same date every year in the solar calendar. Every single other festival that we celebrate follows the lunar calendar, and the dates keep changing. And you find exactly 1 month after Makar Sankranti, exactly 1 month usually is the planting of the Holika, meaning the planting season. So you see the importance of this right away, because it now wakes up the farmer into, of course, plowing his field and getting it ready for the crops, and in some cases the reaping of the spring crop occurs on the burning of the Holika. So everything follows a pattern, and the pattern, of course, is reoccurring from year to year to year. Because the life of human beings is designed for one thing only. Anybody knows what that is? Work. You're designed for one thing only, to work. Why do you think they give you 2 hands instead of 1? Or not 4? 4. Pray. Okay. Pray too, but pray is not, prayer is not part of the Hindu lexicon, right? It's partner
Politics.
or meditation, yes. But not prayer, but if you look at the way Hinduism has evolved over the time, it's not like God plays an important part in it. We are working towards becoming gods. That's the whole purpose of our life. Working to become a god. Because what does that mean? It means realization has occurred. We are gods all the time, but we haven't realized it yet. So what we do, we attach ourselves to the body and say, oh, this is me, this is me. Think about it this way. What really is you? When you were a child, and you were there, your parents fed you, and what happens? The body begins to grow. Where did the food come from? From the earth. So what this is a mass of dirt, and is this me? The me in I is different. And that is the part that is, of course, we're trying to realize, that I and the existence as it is one and the same. We say it, but we're so attached to our body. We keep feeding it. We keep thinking, oh, I got pain here, I got to do something about it. Listen, pain is not a bad thing. A lot of us think pain is bad. But pain, what you do when you get pain?
Pray more.
You pray more, yeah. You begin to remember the divinity at that time. At that time. And what is that divinity? It's already in you. Seek help from yourself. Look, I gotta read, you know how many times I've said this already? Stop blaming God and take responsibility. We are all in control of ourselves, and this is one thing we keep forgetting. We have a freedom of will that we can accomplish pretty much anything we set our minds to. But our distractions are so many, and the discipline is so bad, we end up accomplishing nothing. Every single one of us, and I gotta be, and that includes myself, has the potential to become godly or a devata in this very lifetime. But are we going to make it? No, because we become distracted, we become attached to the things around us, we become attached to our children, and no matter how old you become, you're still attached to your kids because they're always your kids. You know, our mothers have been very, out of mother came the child. But does the child belong to the mother? You have to ask yourself this question, does the child belong to the mother? The mother has a responsibility to bring up the child, to ensure that he has all or she has all the convenience that is necessary to make that person into a responsible human being. And to teach them that way as well. Let me put it to you this way. If your mother came to you and said, "Oh, son, the one thing I gotta say about Hindu people, they don't show a lot of affection. Look at yourself. We show very little affection to our children. We leave them to grow up pretty much on their own. And we're bringing them up so they can be independent eventually. But if your mother came to you one day and said, son or daughter, I really love you. You will say, well, my mother loves me. But ask her this. If I was not your child, would you love me as well? Have you ever thought about that way? The child does not belong to us. I've said this already. The child does not belong to us. Because we keep saying ownership, my this or my that. The ego in us will not let us let go. This is our problem, The ego wants everything. This is mine, that is mine. This is mine. It's a case of mindness and I-ness. That's all it is. But if that child was not your own, would you love the child the same way? Answer that truthfully to yourself. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. But this is the way we have to see each other, because the divinity that is in you is the same divinity that is in me. And if you hate somebody, you hate the divinity within them as well. But with human beings, it's always about gathering more and getting more, and hating this person because you were not able to get anything from them, or not getting them to do what you want them to do. There should be no hatred. It should be abolished totally. I'm giving you authority to abolish that hatred that might be in you. But first, I must tell you, love should be for all things that exist within the world. Because everything has a right to be here, and when one thing is missing, the entire equilibrium is unbalanced. And different things begin to happen. And because of human activities, driven by greed, we have found ourselves where we are today. Eventually, everything will straighten itself out, believe me. We are not here forever. We might think we are here forever. Everybody else will die but me. This is my thinking. Your thinking is the same too. Everyone else will go but not me. It's a very foolish thought, isn't it?
Me too.
It's the most foolish thought that we all have in the world.
I have a lot of karma, so it'll be a long time.
No, but the me that I'm talking about will never die. This is the thing.
I do a lot of bad things, so my karma has to pay for it.
Your karma will pay. I mean mine too.
It'll be a long time.
Ask my wife, she'll tell you everything that I've done that is not dharmic. She knows everything, But when you're flying high, it's your spouse that brings you down to earth level, Think about it this way, because they're very honest with you. Your spouse is always honest with you. You may not see it that time. You get upset. Every time they point out something that you've probably done and shouldn't have done, you get upset. Why? You should be happy that somebody is there to correct you. But we're not working that way. We lose our temper, and like I said, anger should be abolished totally. But I'm on Makar Sankranti. So Makar Sankranti, let's get back to our topic. This is what happens to people who talk a lot, And I make a living out of talking, that. You go off on a tangent and you find it hard to get back to where you are. But let's stick with the Makar Sankranti. So now Uttarayan is very important, and there's there is a statement in Gita says, Agnir Jyoti Raha Shukla Shan Masa Uttarayana. The person who dies during the period of Uttarayan, this is what Sri Krishna is saying. The person who dies between the period of Uttarayan knows the power of the Agni, Agni meaning Bhagwan, recognizes that power, lives a life that is a forbearance, of a life that is righteous. That Jiva, born in the day, not in the night, or died in the day, during the time of sun, and in the time of Uttarayan, attains liberation. Now, this is all very difficult to do. How do we know when we're going to die? We don't have the will. There's one person only that I know who had the will to choose his time of death. And that was Bhisham Pitama. All of you know him. He's the grandfather of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And what happens? Struck by the arrows of Arjuna, all through his body, he's lying on this arrow, the bed of arrows, all through him, bleeding slowly, but he had the power to stay alive until he wants to. And what does he said? I will not go until the direction of the sun has changed. Because I want to go during the daytime, in the period of Uttarayan. I feel I know Bhagwan, and I know the divinity that is within me. And because I have been given that gift, I will stay until the Uttarayan occurs, so that I can attain liberation. Now, this is not going to be easy for us, let me be honest with you. No one really is able to choose the time of their going. And you don't go about taking your own life. That's another problem. Nobody wants to. And many people who think that they should, they don't do it. Why? Because they're afraid. They don't have the courage to do it. You think about your own self. Would you want to take your own life? And if you don't, why? Ask yourself. Anybody? You can ask yourself. Anyway, that's up to you. Keep the answer. Now let's talk on the Uttarayan still. So it is an auspicious time. This is why the great Bhisham Pitama chose Uttarayan to depart his worldly life. Lastly, I'm not going to have enough time to cover it fully, so I'm going to tell you where to find it. Look at our Voice of Dharma Temple Scarborough Facebook page. I've posted an article in there last night on Makar Sankranti. It's written by myself, Neil, and Pandit Mohan. So check it out, see if you like it, and learn from there. So now I'm going to tell you the other part of the story I want to tell now. Last week I mentioned two words, Vyavaharika and Paramarthika. Anybody remember them? No?
Too hard work.
Two hard words. Now you're going to get accustomed to hearing these two words from me, and I'm going to tell you why you are. Because the story of Sri Ram, which we are pursuing at the present time, and like I reminded all of you last week as well, next week Monday, not tomorrow, next week Monday is the inauguration of the Sri Ram Bhumi Mandir in India, in Ayodhya. Exactly the place where Sri Ram made his appearance in the age of Treta. Do we understand that now? Everybody with me here?
Yeah.
Good. So the temple sometime in the past, around 800, 900 years ago, when the Mughals overran India, they raised the temple that was there already, and they built a mosque on top of it. And eventually the mosque collapsed. And the people, the devotees of Bhagwan Sri Ram, went to court to try to get the land back. So they can put the Indian temple based on Sri Ram Mandir on the spot again to mark that occasion. Now, Sri Ram has always had real estate problem, you know that. Why? Because 800 years have already gone and he hasn't settled yet. Now, next week he will settle. So this settlement is coming to an end. His realistic problem will cease to be. I'm making a joke out of it, okay? But I think you understand what I'm saying. So finally, it's the most important thing that is going to happen in Hinduism for the past, 900 years at least. Since the time of Adi Shankar. So this is a long time. We, of course, will celebrate the day before here on Sunday, and I'll read from the Ramcharitmanas, the coming back or the return of Sri Ram, because this is what this is symbolic of, the return of Sri Ram into the lives of Hindus everywhere. Symbolized, of course, because the mantras that are going to be chanted there to inaugurate and to stop on that mandir are going to be the ones that enhances the feeling of Rama within. Now everybody wants to invite Sri Ram within their own lives, because Rama is the ultimate symbol of human. And we all want to be like him. Now when we look at the life of Sri Ram, it's a serial disaster. Think about it, what happens? He comes, made an appearance, made crown prince. On the day of the coronation, he got sent into exile. In exile, he has to make friends. And I tell you, exile, living in the forest is not an easy thing. Think of all the mosquitoes and the insects that keep biting you and keep walking into the nest of insects around you. You think forest life is easy? When you look at the pictures and the stories of or the movies of Sri Ram, you see they're going on clear path. There's no such thing in the forest, you know that. So it has to be a very difficult life. Ramanand Sagar in his Ramayana, of course, made it look like it's a picnic in the woods. It's not a picnic in the woods. So life is tough, and Sri Ram goes through it, but does he complain? Did anyone hear anytime somebody read something Rama is complaining about the situation he's in? No. Life is going to throw us many curveballs. All the time. It's how we deal with those balls that will define us as to who we are. So I'm going to be reading from the Ramcharitmanas and going through the story of Sri Ram. But I'm going to tell you what Vyavaharika and Paramartika are so that we can understand this. Now we're looking for the Paramartika part of the Ramayana, because the story everybody knows already. The story is all Vyavaharika. What that means is what exists and what we can interact with. The world as we know it through the senses. That is what? Vyavaharika. Now when Vyavaharika finishes, Paramartika actually begins. So where science ends, religion actually begins. You know that. Do we understand that? So there's a whole system that is based upon that. Science cannot go there, unfortunately, because it's not something that is tangible. And why I said about the person born, they eat food and what happens? The body grows. What is it that is growing? You think the jiva is growing? It's just the body that grows. And the body falls eventually and goes back to exactly where it came from. At the beginning of time, whenever that was, we're not going to use creation here. There's no such thing. What exists has always existed. Every single atom that is in existence today has been in existence from the beginning of time. There never was a time when any atom was missing. We don't make them. Nobody can make them. Matter cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed. Everything is already in the matter. When the right time comes, the system of evolution is such that appearance comes about. The matter existed first, when the matter was sufficiently enlightened by the weather conditions, the plant emerges. After the plant emerges and is there for a while in the forest and it gets support life, animals came about. When the animals came about, lo and behold, time came for humans because everything is there for him already. The design is of such that nothing is left to chance. Everything occurs on and on and on. And this is not the only planet where life might be. If the water exists, and it all comes from the H, the hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen, that's all it takes for everything to happen. Can you imagine that? Because hydrogen is what? Fuel. Without other energy, nothing happens. And the energy causes everything to take shape. Supervising all of that, of course, is Brahman. And what that Brahman is the neutral energy, equilibrium energy. That's all it is. Everything begins to rise because of that. Now, how does man come to be what he is? And I'll tell you this when I close up, because I want you to go and read my stuff on the page so you can read about my present continuity. How does man come up? Man comes up, he sees the animal eating other animals, and he sees the animals eating the vegetation. Now he has it in his own system. I should not be eating what the animal is eating, I should be eating what the cow and the vegetation. So he observes the animal and he's become like an animal because he eats both. He learns that from animals. Man is the only order that is knowledge-based. Animal is not knowledge-based. They have some instinct. But man is the only knowledge-based. So he can make when I said freedom of choice, that is what we have, a freedom of choice to choose as we wish. Everybody has it. But once you make that choice, you gotta live with it. Nobody's gonna live your life for you. You live according to your own conscience, and you live accordingly. So we learn from animals, and that's why we saw animals too. You think the animals should be learning from us? They can't, because they're not knowledge-based. They have no freedom of choice. You think you can take the tiger and teach it to eat grass? Think about it for a minute. People want you to think they can do that, but you cannot. Now, if you're looking at TV a lot these days, you'll see there's a thing called the farmer's dog, right? The only farmer's dog is a meat that is designed for animals, a food. But what does it have in it? They put veggies in it, believe it or not. So we're trying to teach the animal to eat vegetation too. Let's see where that goes. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I hope I live long enough to find out. I don't know if it will happen. But do we understand where we're going with this? So I'm going to be you see, I picked my book up, but there's not enough time to do all this stuff I want to do. We got to fit everything in, and like I said, Voice of Dharma is based upon things to satisfy everybody and their needs. Some people like the mantras and the prayers, so we chant those. Some people like the bhajan singing and kirtan singing, we do that, we put that in. Some people like philosophy, and we put that in the Updeshas. So you see where I'm going with this? This is how the system is set up. And we try to keep it that way as long as I can. Some places you go, they have only bhajan singing. That is fine, that's their way. Some people you go, they have just their ritual. That's okay, that's their way too. The Hindu from the Caribbean especially, and one from India here too, are more accustomed to having the three interlaced. And that's what we are trying to do, to interlace all three so we can make it complete for everyone. So if you come for one reason, I hope you're satisfied with that. If you come for another reason, I hope you're satisfied with that. And if you come for the other reason, then I hope you're satisfied with that. So we can't have just bhajan singing, we can't have just Upadesh, and we don't have all mantras only. We have to mix all three so we can make everybody complete and balanced. So this is what this is set up about. This is the new year. I want you to understand that. Believe me, where bhajan singing is concerned, I prefer if it was just bhajan singing. No. But we cannot have that. The people who come here for the philosophies and say, what's wrong with this guy? All he does is sing bhajan. And some people do that. Bhajan is great. But what have you learned after you leave the bhajan? What did you learn?
We learn to sing.
You learned to sing.
We do bhajan 1 week, we do Upadesh 1 week, and we do
It can't work that way.
Which week you'll come back out?
we started that.
So I like bhajan, yes, but I can't put out bhajan. So I want you to understand that. That's why I try to put aside about half an hour thereabouts for talking only and to reading from the text, from the Shastras. So I hope you get that and everything is good. Are we good with that?
Yep.
All right. Glad. I think I'm going to close at that point particularly now because I have to some announcements to make, and after the announcement, of course, we'll close up in RT and close in prayer. Navani, did you give me one today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's already ready.
Okay. So we want to thank everybody for coming out today and joining us. Thursday, January 25th is the full moon. We'll observe that on this Sunday. We want to thank all the musicians and singers for being here today and participating. We really appreciate it. We want to thank Keval and Kamini for the gift of the recorder. Satish, oh my God, where did I get Keval from? Oh, I know who was Keval, yes, I'm sorry. Satish, yes. Satish and Kamini for the gift of the work curtains. We really appreciate it, they're very nice. You even installed them, that's great. Thank you so much. And we want to thank Prakash and Sati for the gift of the plates and the wares that we'll eventually use. And next week, of course, we have the observation of the Ram Bhumi Mandir inaugural, which is taking place on a Monday in India. But Monday in India is Sunday here, you know that, right? Just so you remember that, okay? We're behind them. And one more thing, if anybody's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or something and you didn't tell me, I want to wish you well anyway. It means you want to keep it to yourself, that's okay. Everybody is entitled to their privacy, and we recognize that. Membership, of course, begins this year for 2024. So your membership lasts from January the 1st to December the 31st. So just so you remember that. So even if you pay during the year, and usually we ask you to pay by April the 1st, April the 30th. The reason is that if we have an election during that year, then the cutoff date would be the 30th of April. So far, we don't seem to be doing very well with our executive because no one has actually contacted me. I made it clear before. We want to re-energize the executive of the organization because over COVID, people stopped going to temple. They still haven't come up to now. And now things are a lot better, so we can start back from fresh and re-spark the movement so that we can get people involved and suggestions and so that will help to increase the membership as well as the attendance. There's nothing that is stopping anyone, if you remember, from becoming part of the leadership and the governing body. So there are about 14 or 15 positions that are open, that's including my own. So please let me know which one you would like, and we'll see how we can best put the pieces together so that we can have a vibrant. We've only appointed one person so far who was interested, and that is Kamini. Kamini, they're not your Kamini, or the other Kamini, the one, you raise your hand, who's been appointed as the secretary. So we want to thank her for volunteering. It's a very important position, hardest working position in the temple, by the
He
way.
didn't tell me that, but I
The most responsibilities is yours. You are going to be carrying this temple on your back, believe me. But you look all set and prepared, so that's good. So please, if you are interested, contact me or one of the other active executive, and we'll try to get you drafted in so that we can have things going. I really appreciate. How about you guys, Brock and Stan?
Go ahead.
No, you're not good.
No, because if everybody said they're good, what's going to happen? We're not moving.
We're not going anywhere if everybody said they're good. You gotta be wanting to do this kind of thing.
I'm
So
retiring pandit.
it takes, believe me, it brings a lot of satisfaction. It teaches you some leadership skills. And for those young people who are interested in being leaders,
Praying.
this would be a perfect time to come and involve yourself, because you learn how to get along with people and how to get people to do things your way. It's not a bad thing. The benefits are quite a lot. Before I became a member of the executive, I was afraid to speak. Look, now I can't stop. So you see the improvement that has occurred in my own life. I see that myself, so that I know it can happen. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone, believe me. So please work with me to help the temple move forward. All right? And I think that's about all for today. We want to do one more thing. Sri Narayan Mahipal, that's Hari Mahipal's brother. He's a strong supporter of the temple, and they've sent a donation as well. But he's going to the hospital on Tuesday for a little surgery, and he's asked me to offer a special prayer on his behalf. Let's do that, please.
It's in England, right?
Yeah. Om Tat Chakshurdevahitam Purastat Shukramucharat Pashyema Sharadashatam Jivema Sharadashatam Srinayama Sharadashatam Prabhavama Sharadashatam Adina Shama Sharadashatam Bhuyascha Sharadashatat Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Alright, let's please stand for Aarti and closing. सियावत रामचंद्र की जय। ओम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओमावरं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजाचरणं न जानामि क्षमस्व परमेश्वरो। गौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्ति आपः शान्ति औषधयः शान्ति वनस्पतिः शान्ति विश्वेव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति भवतु। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। I'll leave you one thought for today.